All right, we're going to get back to the people momentarily. I'm going to mix in U of M as well. The lines are open for you if you want to do it. You don't have to wait around. I'm going to try to do Lions and Michigan today because they're both incredibly relevant. And at some point, we're going to get into it because it doesn't matter when you make the playoff. You're going to have to beat good teams to win it all. I just get to a point with the committee. I'd rather put a suit on 12 sex toys than have these people continue to sit around a table and pretend that they actually rank these teams. There is no universe that TCU, off a loss, beating 5 backup quarterbacks and trailing in the second half of 6 games, is the third best team in America. Okay? But that's not what the committee does. They play games. They play puppet. I can't stand it. That is what annoys me. Big time. I think it's a disgrace for Georgia to be number 1 start to finish and end up with the tougher assignment. And I may think that OSU has the intestinal fortitude of like when my dog has mud butt. But they are still more talented than TCU. They are. If you put OSU and TCU on the same field, OSU's beating. I don't want to hear about rematches.
Well, no,
not my problem.
No, because the commissioner said we didn't discuss it. And I'll give Reese Davis credit. He was like, so you mean to tell me that in this room, no one even remotely said anything about a rematch of Michigan-Ohio State? That was never even mentioned once.
Right. Okay. And I'd like to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge for $1.50.
I mean, I think maybe the worst thing that I saw this weekend.
Did Ward leave the room when it was discussed?
He was.
Was Ward there, or was he live from his bomb shelter? Now that he's done in his jailing crusade of Spartan players.
He was getting his wife's van detailed.
Oh, my. Okay. All right. That's a flag.
That's not a flag. No, it's not a flag. No, I think the funny thing was watching Nick Saban in a blazer from his kitchen begging.
Oh, halftime of the Big Ten championship game?
Not even there. Halftime of every game. He was on any show that would have him. And you're like, okay, Nick, at least go in your office. Like, you could tell he was in his kitchen with a blazer on. Guys, we really are good. I mean, our quarterback got injured this year. Come on, put us in. We're Alabama.
Rat poison.
Okay. If you don't put us in, he was like, I'm putting cases on all y'all next year.
Oh, my.
Be playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
I'm done.
That's exactly how he was acting, though.
That's how he was. He was like, if you don't let us in, we going to unleash hell on everybody next year.
Do you think there was parallels you could draw between, like, sad kitchen table Saban and, like, Stoney? Wasn't there a Stoney vibe to it?
It was. Please invite me to your party.
Somebody call me. I'll come on your show. Live from the West Bloomfield press box.
Touchdown, Lakers.
Yep, probably time to go on the board. All right, so we wrapped up a tidy 4-1 week for you last week, and I got to play on tonight's Monday night game. You got to ride the Lightning, and you got to bet Andy Dalton in primetime. You got to take the Saints plus 3.5. Now, besides the fact that they are 4-1 against Tampa Bay, Bucks are down both starting tackles. Tristan Wirfs is now out. There's a gaggle of injuries there. The Saints got back both edge guys. I think they're getting back Lattimore tonight potentially. I just think the Bucks are ass, and I'm taking the Saints plus the 3.5. God help me, I've just bet on the Red Rifle and his rubber wedding ring that he wears during games, and it always annoys me. Okay, Rico.
You know what? I was going to go with that game, Mike.
Booey, over 36.5.
I was trying to do that. No, he won't score 30 points for the rest of the year. I'm going to go to the association. You got the Suns at the Mavericks. I'm looking at Luka Doncic over 32.5 points. Pair that with DeAndre Ayton to record at least 10 rebounds at plus 190.
And I'll take Trae Young over 1.5 knives plunged into Nate McMillan's back. What a story from the weekend that was. I'm not playing. Why? I don't like you. What?
I'm sorry. You injured? No.
No, I just hate your ass. Kenny Cott.
I'll bring some hockey to this again. I like
Oh,
Colorado.
thank God. I was praying.
Everybody was asking for it. Let me just help you all out. I like the over in the Colorado-Philly game, 5.5, -115. Colorado's just a really good team. I don't think Philly has any good goaltenders either. And if you're giving me a 5.5, that's the rule this year.
What about Ron Hextall?
Ron Hextall hasn't played in 3 decades. But yeah, sure. Yeah, Ron Hextall in the GM booth. I'll take the over.
What about Lena Hextall? All right, let's go over to. She's terrible at announcing. My God. David.
I am going with the football game tonight. Mike Evans, anytime score, and the under 41.5.
Be careful. If Lattimore plays, Lattimore owns Evans.
Okay, that's great.
Oh.
Plus 465 for that
Right.
same game.
David's busy ruining topics and patronizing. Okay, then.
You know, the unders are king in the primetime.
Primetime unders have been a thing. Oh, here's the other one we could throw out. And I did this with Cash the Ticket. Army-Navy is this weekend, and I know Rico hates the game, but if you want to bet it, unders in Service Academy games, 43-9-1. The last 53 matchups.
What's the over-under in this game? 19?
I'm going to get to it. And in the Army-Navy game, 14 straight Army-Navy games have been under, and it's 25-1 the last 26 years. Your total, 33.5.
What's the over-under?
33.5.
That's a lot of points. I don't think they get that if they play 2 games.
Did I mention that Army is in their tank division uniforms this weekend?
I don't know if they get to 23.5.
Listen,
33.5?
Kenny, I would set it over-under at 19.5.
That you play the under blindly in Service Academy matchups. That's all I'm telling people. So
Great
do
football.
It. They are the future leaders of this country.
What, Iowa couldn't schedule them?
You know, it's funny because when Army came here 2 years ago, they had Michigan dead to rights. So they can't be that bad. Come on.
And what happened?
They had a false start at a 1st and goal into an interception, and then a freshman kicker missed a 50
I can see the coach was like, wait, what's that new thing that these kids are doing? A pass. Let's try a pass. Coach, we never passed before. Doesn't matter. We're Army.
You know, if you don't like America and freedom, why don't you move to Russia? Rico, live from Moscow. All right, that's on the board.
Yet.
Yet.